Hello, welcome Back to Basics, where we go all the way back to what we used to know. When we knew and what we still know, if we pay attention, is that nature cures. And there's one thing about nature and herbs is that it's transparent. Okay, we don't hide behind, nature doesn't hide behind any secret agendas. Nature's there to either cure you or, to like poisonous plants and things of that sort. People call it the dark nature, the dark side of nature. And usually when people used to come across poisonous plants, poisonous bushes, poisonous animals, it was a warning sign that guess what? These places are not for you to inhabit. You are not supposed to live around these poisonous areas, because whatever it is that's bringing poison into that plant, that area is being cleansed. You understand? It's like the tree of life and the tree of knowledge. They weren't supposed to eat off that tree because it was cleansing a particular area. Okay, and poison things are necessary because then it teaches you, doesn't it? Nope, that's not good. Or some poisons can be used for certain things, not like the poisonous toxic things they put into these vaccines. And you guys can't act brand new when when you find out that these scientists that everyone looks up to and they're the greatest, and come to find out that they've been behind a lot of these diseases. 1 minute they're administering a vaccine, and 2 years later that same group of people are diagnosed with a disease, and then it becomes a plague or a pandemic. These doctors have disclaimers, and there's one very big disclaimer. And what that disclaimer says is infectious disease expert. So that scientist is doing his job, right? He's infecting you with disease. That is his expertise. He is not a cure expert. He's not a herbalist expert or a vaccine expert. Their expertise is not into curing you or healing you. Their expertise is in those nasty diseases because they're creating them. That's what all these years have been spent doing, because the main doctor that I'm speaking about has never been known or publicized to have any profound knowledge on cures. Where are the cures? Where are the vaccines that we have to hustle and find for these diseases that all their hard work in the science lab, they say that they're looking at all these different types of diseases so they're prepared for a pandemic, and every time a pandemic happens there was no preparation. So today we're here to talk about one of my favorite herbs, holy basil, and its name is well deserved. This herb is worshipped in India as and it's called Tulsi in India, and it is called holy basil because it has been found to cure so many different ailments. You can use it on your skin for eczema and acne. You can use it when you have toothache, earache, sinus ache. It also has zinc in it, vitamin C, vitamin K. It's full of so many different healing minerals that it's one of these herbs you want to always have. And it comes in so many different forms. I'm going to show you. And you can also grow it. Like I spent my whole spring growing tons of this stuff, and it smells so beautiful. I used to grow lavender all the time because I love the smell, and I loved its, relaxing, feeling that you get when you smell it, or if you put it in a diffuser, or if you put it in a tea. Well, holy basil is 3 times more potent than lavender is, and even more than 3 times. So holy basil, commonly known in the Hindi language as Tulsi, is quite possibly the most revered medicinal herb on the planet. You hear that? On the planet, not just in the United States and China, on the planet. Holy basil is a plant that has violet flowers and blossoms. The stems are green. So these ones here are the typical ones. These are the ones that I really like. They do come in other forms. Some of them you don't get the purple flowers, which is okay because the leaves has a lot of healing in it, and the seeds that come off of it have a lot of healing in it. Either type that you get. But these ones I like in particular because the smell is just, it's phenomenal. Now, this actually came off of the National Institute of Health website. Of course, they're not going to tell you about it, right? Because again, they can't patent nature. So, Tulsi or holy basil are herb for all reasons. Tulsi is rich in vitamin C. It is a natural immunity booster, and zinc. And remember what I told you, zinc is your sidekick, right? Zinc is the sidekick for all your other vitamins because zinc stops those nasty little germs from replicating. So if you take vitamin C, which you should be taking every day, vitamin C, vitamin D, vitamin A, throw that zinc in there and you are just set. You know, it's like a powerhouse inside of you. So the leaves are rich in vitamin A, C, K, and minerals like calcium, magnesium, phosphorus, iron, and potassium. It also has a good amount of protein and fiber. That already right there, that should be enough for you to be, how can I get this? I need this herb in my life. I need this in my medicine cabinet. Of all the herbs used, Tulsi is preeminent in scientific research is now confirming its beneficial effects. Okay, and this again has been used for hundreds of years. This isn't just something that came around 6 months ago and they're trying to push it, because they're not trying to push it. Because if you have stuff that you can just heal yourself with, their money, goes down the drain. But no, they're going to keep getting their money because they're going to keep pushing them vaccines on you. Tulsi is also credited with giving luster to the complexion, sweetness to the voice, and fostering beauty. And, I don't know. I sip the tea and all that. I don't know how beautiful my voice is. But if you are in a field where you do voiceovers, or maybe you're an opera singer or a musician, it is known for helping your vocal cords, soothing them. It's also good for intelligence, for your mind, stamina, a calm and emotional disposition. So this is also used, holy basil is also used for people who have anxiety and depression. So it helps calm your nerves. So not only the smell, but just taking it in the morning, maybe in a tea, and then at night before you go to bed, will help to calm you. Because I know a lot of people right now are having troubles with sleep. And there's so many things behind that. I see these sleep experts on TV telling you, well, you should be doing more of this, and you should be doing more of that, and all these physical things. But if you're like me, it's not just physical, there's also spiritual things that go on, and you can be spiritually attacked. And you have to be, and that's why herbs are very good, because herbs carry positive energy. Positive spirits help with providing the herbs. So if you put these herbals in your tea and you take herbal teas before you go to bed, it's kind of like you're putting a prayer over yourself for spiritually, because you just waking up all of a sudden at night and not being able to fall asleep, that's not just because you're restless, and it can be you have other things on your mind, but there's certain things, activities that are happening at night that you need to be spiritually aware of, and you need to take care of that. And we'll talk about that on another episode. It's also recommended as a treatment for a range of conditions, including anxiety, cough, asthma, diarrhea, fever, dysentery, arthritis, eye diseases, altalgia, I have no idea what that is, we'll have to look that up, indigestion, hiccups, vomiting, gastric, cardiac, and genitourinary disorder, back pain, skin disease, ringworm, insects, snake, scorpion bites, and malaria. This all came off of the National Institute of Health website, just so you know, right? The medicinal properties of Tulsi have been studied in, listen to me, hundreds. Remember when we talked about colloidal silver? It was thousands of research, right? So the things that I'm giving you isn't just some overnight drug. These have been studied for many, many, many years. And the really great thing about these type of things is that it's natural, so it reacts to your body in the right way. It's not going to harm something else while trying to cure another thing. It has been studied in hundreds of scientific studies, including in vitro, animal, and human experiments. So both experiments have been done for hundreds of scientific studies, okay? So this isn't some new vaccine pushed through in 6 months and we are the first who get this shot or the first human experiment. These studies reveal that Tulsi has a unique combination of actions that include antimicrobial, including antibacterial, antiviral, antifungal, antiprotozoal, antimalarial, anti-elementic, radioprotective, hepatoprotective, neuroprotective, cardioprotective, anti-diabetic, anti-hypercholesterol, anti-hypertensive. I mean, this just goes on. It's for the central nervous system, depressant, memory enhancement, anti-asthmatic, anti-tussive, anti-thyroid, anti-ulcer. I mean, you listen, there is no man-made anything that compares to all the things I've just read to you. And I have to tell you, I actually used this on my eye. A few months back, my eye started itching. You know, COVID was going around and pants was up there. It was a big old pink eye. I was like, So I ran because I'm so used to going straight for my holy basil. So I ran and I grabbed my dropper. And I get these off Amazon, okay? And this is from Gaia. I love Gaia herbs. I don't make any money. I don't work with them, but I really love their stuff is really done well. So this is from the inside, and you'll see it's like a brown liquid. And what I did is I just put a little bit on it, Q-tip, and then I, did my eyes. You can also buy eyedroppers and mix it with water, and then the itch was gone. I also dab this on a Q-tip if I feel like anything in my ears, an earache, swoosh it in there, nostrils, wherever, and it's gone immediately. No more issues. If I'm itching from dry skin, put a little on there, it's gone. Love this stuff. So anyway, as you can see, it covers anti-arthritic, anti-stress. These pharmacological actions help the body and mind cope with a wide range of chemical, physical, infectious, and emotional stresses and restores physiological and psychological functions. Do you hear that? I mean, that's everything. If you're going to have anything in your cabinets, this is what you need to have. And the very important thing is plant this herb on your own. Spring is coming for me because I'm on the East Coast, and immediately I'm planting, and I still have some now. I'll show them to you. And just get to planting them, because whatever you plant, you receive that back in you. So your immune will get stronger just by working with these seeds and being part of their growth. More mounting evidence. There is mounting evidence that Tulsi can address physical, chemical, metabolic, and psychological stress through a unique combination of pharmacological actions. Tulsi has been found to protect organs and tissues against chemical stress from industrial pollutants and heavy metals. So when they're spraying above us, you want to have this in your system, ready to fight, ready to attack, get rid of this spray out of your body. Tulsi has also been shown to counter metabolic stress through normalization of blood glucose, so diabetes, and it helps restore your glucose, blood pressure, lipid levels, and psychological stress through positive effects on memory and cognitive function, and through its anxiolytic and antidepressant properties. Tulsi's broad-spectrum antimicrobial activity, which includes activity against a range of human and animal pathogens, suggests it can be used as a hand sanitizer, as mouthwash, as water purifier. Do you hear that? So that nasty water that's coming through your faucets, when you take it and you use one of those Brita things, drop a little drop of that. I drop a little drop of holy basil in my water bottles before I go anywhere. It can be used, yes, okay, for wound healing, and it's used to preserve foodstuffs. I told you the same, I gave you this too with the colloidal. I'm trying to give you things where you don't have to buy tons of stuff and you have in your closet a go-to where you don't have to search around. You can use one or two things and you're good. It's for, wound healing, preserving foods and herbal raw materials in traveler's house. So it's something you want to keep if you're traveling. Cultivation of Tulsi plants has both spiritual and practical significance that connects the grower to the creative powers of nature. So let me tell you something. This came off of the National Institute of Health website. Do you understand? So these scientists have studied this plant, and I'm sure their curiosity sparked when they found out this plant was being worshipped. So here you have it right here. Okay, it gives solutions for food security, rural poverty, hunger, environmental degradation, and climate change. Do you see this? They are saying this is why this plant is being worshipped. Here's one I started growing inside. That's one of my baby ones. I have a couple more of them. Okay. Love you, love you. Grow them. Get the seeds off Amazon. I'll add some links so then you know what seeds to get. But grow your own plants. Grow your own herbs, especially if you live in warm climate. There's no excuse. Here's more similar articles that I found on the NIH website. Validation of traditional claim of Tulsi. A reservoir plant for therapeutic applications. The science behind sacredness of Tulsi. Tulsi, an ethnomedicinal plant for the prevention and treatment of cancer. Okay? Holy basil or Tulsi and its phytochemicals in the prevention and treatment of cancer. Again, another article. Tulsi also helps prevent cancers caused by toxic compounds by reducing DNA damage and inducing apoptosis in precancerous and cancerous cells, thereby reducing the growth of experimental tumors and enhancing survival. Furthermore, Tulsi does not only protect against the damage caused by toxic compounds, but also enables the body to more effectively transform and eliminate them by enhancing the activity of liver detoxification enzymes. Okay? Oh, I had to put a definition there because I had no. Apoptosis, a type of cell death. So it stops your cells from dying, in which a series of molecular steps in a cell led to its death. This is one method the body uses to get rid of unneeded or abnormal cells. The process of apoptosis may be blocked in cancer cells, okay? And they call that programmed cell death. Isn't that something? Cancer. Programmed cell death. Programmed. Can think on that. It was actually being tested to fight against the big C that we're talking about. It was further equipped the management strategy against the big C, the global contagion, highlights holistic approach of medicinal plants. This was on NIH website too, because they were using Tulsi, because they were saying that the Tulsi was able to significantly hinder the active gene, the active virus, so it was making it stop. So they were actually testing with this as well as colloidal silver, as well as hydroxychloroquine, but it was put to a stop because they're not trying to help you. Okay, so they could make money off of it, halt it. So here we go. Here are all the different ways that holy basil that you can buy, and it will help. See, here's the big bag of leaves. I got this off of Amazon. I use it in my teas, and they're loose leaves. See, it's a loose leaf. So what you want to do when you buy the loose leaf teas is get one of these, and you can get these on Amazon too. Okay, and you scoop up your loose leaves in here. I'm making a mess. See? And you put it in your teacup and you let that steep. And you know what? Let me tell you something about making your teas, people. When you make your teas and you're using tea bags and you're using leaves, they're very delicate. You do not want to burn them because you lose the medicinal effect of them. So what you want to do is you go ahead and pour the hot water into the cup and let it cool. Don't pour hot boiling tea water over these leaves or over your tea bags. You're losing the medicinal in them. Okay, so don't do that, please, 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 please. Okay, and then I showed you this. That is the liquid. Okay, this bottle here, it comes in a 2-pack. So, and this lasts for a long time. This one, I said, like, I'll do a drop in my water, not every day, but maybe once a week, or in my Q-tip when I feel any pain in my ear, or if I feel a sinus or a headache, swab my nose with that. You can buy the holy basil capsules. And why I choose these capsules, because when you buy the capsules, they're filled with this liquid. Okay, but there's also another one. There's this here. And these capsules actually have, see, it's like a powder. It's like a powdery leaf form. It's not the liquid, and that's why I choose this one. But this is expensive. I think this bottle costs like $25, and a 2-pack of this was like $24, which is better. If you're getting the liquid in the capsule, you might as well just buy the liquid. And these capsules like this are cheaper. But if you can grow your own, and this big bag here, you can use for everything too. You know, you don't need to buy all this stuff. You choose 1 or 2 of them. You don't need all of them. I choose the liquid. I have the leaves, but I also grow my own. So then when spring comes back, I'll have a ton of leaves that I've dried out, and then I can make from my leaves. But then they also have already made teas in different varieties of them. Okay? And you know what? In this here, I found there's Ocean Job Lots that they just built not too long ago, and they have tons of teas for like $2. You're not paying $7 for tea. Go to places where Marshalls, where they have the little gourmet aisles, and you can buy this stuff for good prices. If you don't have one of these, you know what else I use? Your strainers. Put your tea leaves in there, set it over a pot of hot water, done. Okay, and the importance of teas and having herbs is, listen, when you're out all day and your kids are at school, I'm telling you, kids are riddled with diseases. So I tell my daughter, go wash your hands, you're riddled with diseases. I don't know what you guys have been doing, touching, rubbing your nose, scratching yourself. Just go wash and then come give me a kiss. No, love cures also. But what you want to do is, every night what I do is I get a hot pot of water. I have lemons, oranges, I cut them up. I get our teacups ready. I squeeze fresh orange and lemon juice. Then I put the lemon peel and the lemon and orange that I cut up into the hot pot of water. Then I add, if I want to add some zinc in there, I add different teas that I put in there. But I definitely use the holy basil, and I combine the colloidal silver into that tea, because like my husband and my daughter, it tastes funny. So you have to, so I have to be tricky with them, because I'll take it straight. So I make it in a tea. And then every night before we all go to bed, we're protecting ourselves spiritually and physically. We're not allowing those germs that we haven't felt yet, that we've probably caught during the day, or that's been on our hands and now it's in our body. And the next morning you wake up and have that sore throat, you've already let it get there. So like I said, have your little army ready at night before you go to bed, and when you wake up, do your vitamins, your A vitamin, your D, your C, and your zinc in the morning. for throughout the day. And then when you come home at night, make you a nice tea with lemons, oranges, holy basil. You can buy, see, and these teas like this come with other herbs in them. So it might have turmeric in them. It might have ginger in them. So you can buy them mixed. So then you're getting more, you know. So then when you go to bed, your body's still fighting the disease you can't feel. Do you know what I mean? So take care of yourself that way. I hope that this helped. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. And the next time I'm back, we're going to talk about hydroxychloroquine and where actually some of the substances in that comes from, some of the chemical from a tree bark, and how you can buy that. And you can also have what is the additive in hydroxychloroquine in your cabinet. So we'll talk about that and a couple of other herbs that are very good for almost anything. And again, thank you for coming. Let's get back to basics. Hope this reminds you, makes you, want to get out there, because spring's coming here. And if you live in the warm climate, you should already get to doing your gardening and bringing back those thoughts and those memories that you had of what once was before we became dependent on the medical and pharmaceutical industry. So again, good seeing you. Hope this helps, and God bless.